For the King is a strategic RPG that blends tabletop and roguelike elements, offering a challenging adventure that spans different realms. The game involves exploration, clearing dungeons, and collecting new gear and weapons across the fictional land of Feral. Risk of Rain 2 is a roguelike third-person shooter game. The game is set on an alien planet where players control a survivor who must navigate various environments, kill monsters, and loot chests to survive. Curse of the Dead Gods is a roguelike game. The game is set in a temple filled with deadly traps and monsters, promising untold riches, dark secrets, and divine powers. The game features procedurally generated dungeons filled with deadly traps, hazards, and hostile enemies. Night of the Full Moon is a roguelike deck-building game. Players take on the role of Little Red Riding Hood, who ventures into the Black Forest on the night of the full moon to find her missing grandmother. Crawl is a local multiplayer dungeon crawler game. The game features randomly generated dungeons filled with traps and monsters, all controlled by the other players. Scourgebringer is a fast-paced, free-moving roguelite platformer game. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where a mysterious entity has wreaked havoc on humanity. Dungeon of the Endless is a roguelike tower defense game. The game is based on directing the survivors of a prison spacecraft, having crash-landed on a strange alien planet. The game features procedurally generated levels and permadeath. Stone Shard is a challenging turn-based open-world RPG that immerses players in the unforgiving life of a medieval mercenary. Players must navigate through a world filled with enemies, diseases, and injuries, testing their tactical skills in battles and survival. Roguelike is a fast-paced first-person shooter. Players take on the role of a high-powered, hypermobile robot in a scorched future world, battling through randomly generated environments, picking up upgrades, and confronting powerful bosses. Don't Starve Together is a dark fantasy survival game set in a randomly generated map where players must work together to combat their ever-draining sanity, health, and hunger for as long as possible. I know is not enough.